friends! So today we are going to start a book study for our reading videos. Today I am just introducing the book to you. We're going to look at the cover. We're going to talk about some of the author's inspiration to write this book. I'm going to read the little snippet on the back of the book so you can kind of get an idea and hopefully get excited about reading the rest of this book for the coming weeks. So let's get started. Let me introduce the book to you. This is what we are going to be reading. I will let you take a second to look at the cover. It is called Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. It is by Grace Lin. While you are looking at the cover, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the snippet on the back. Young Min Lee lives in the valley of Fruitless Mountain, where she and her parents spend their days working hard in the fields. At night, Min Lee listens to her father's tales about the old man of the moon, who knows the answers to everything. Min Lee sets out on a quest to find the old man of the moon. He will know how she can bring good fortune to her family. Along the way, she meets many magical friends, including a talking fish, a powerful king, and a dragon who can't fly. All right, so we already know we're going to meet lots of magical things like talking fish. Dragons are magical, but this dragon can't even fly. So we have a lot to learn. We're also going to meet a man who knows the answers to everything, the old man of the moon. Can you imagine knowing the answers to everything? It's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of questions out there. So I hope you guys are excited about getting to read this book. I want to talk to you a little bit about the author and her inspiration to write this book. So our author's name is Grace Lin. Grace Lin grew up in America, but she is from China. And so a lot of her inspiration for this book comes from Chinese folk tales. A folk tale is a story that teaches a lesson, usually, and it comes from a specific culture. And these stories are passed down from generation to generation. They're normally just told by mouth. They're not always written down. And so Grace Lin read all of these stories growing up, and she loved all of these stories. And she looked back at them as an adult, and she realized that it was a really, really magical thing to get to read. So she went and she traveled to China. And as she traveled from place to place and learned about all of these things, she found really interesting places. And she decided that she was going to write a book. And in that book, she was going to use some of the things that she learned from Chinese folk tales. She was going to use some of the things that she had seen on her journey. And she even illustrated some of the things for our book. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek at some of the illustrations. All right. She has a couple of pictures in here. Here's a picture from our story. So our author illustrated these. Some of them are based off of things that she saw on her travels. Some of them are just from her imagination. And we're going to see lots of different places, different people. Some people magical, some people not magical. We will just see. At the beginning of each of our chapters, we're going to see little pictures like this. So we have lots of very interesting things that we're going to learn about and read about, and an adventure that we are going to get to go on together. I am very excited about this book. So I want you to make some predictions about what's going to happen in our book. I want you to predict Min Lee So she is going to find the Old Man of the Moon. Why? What do you think she's going to ask him? What do you think? All of these other magical characters, a talking fish? What can she learn from a fish that talks? Why is he going to be an important character? We see on the back it says a dragon who can't fly. But then we see something a little different on our cover. What happens? How does that change? I want you to write down some of your predictions for what's going to happen in this story. I also want you to think, the Old Man of the Moon can answer any question. If you could ask him a question, what would you want to ask? So I want you to go ahead and write down, what question would you ask the Old Man of the Moon? If you want to comment that on this video, that would be great. I would love to see the questions that you guys have for him. All right, come back tomorrow and we're going to start reading.